Have you ever stopped to think, why am I always working so hard but not really getting ahead financially? You know the drill: wake up early, rush to your job, hustle through the day, get paid, and then, just like that, your paycheck is already allocated to bills, expenses, and maybe a little savings. But then it's back to the grind. It feels like you're trapped in this endless loop, doesn't it? You are not alone. Millions of people worldwide are stuck in this cycle, and there's a name for it: the rat race. It's the relentless pursuit of making ends meet, always working harder but feeling like you're getting nowhere. The question is, why? Why, despite all our education and hard work, do we feel trapped in this race? Let me tell you a secret: it's not entirely your fault. You have been set up to believe that this is how life works. But what if I told you there's another way? What if I told you there are paths that lead you out of the rat race? Paths that school didn't teach us, but can change everything for you? Stick with me, and I will show you how. Welcome to Fahtel Growth Tips, a hub where aspiring individuals come to unlock their full potential and achieve bigger dreams. In today's society, everything seems to revolve around one thing: money. We are conditioned to believe that the more we earn, the better our lives will be. And yes, earning more can improve your life, but that's only half of the equation. Most of us were never taught how to manage, grow, or leverage money effectively, and that's where the problem begins. From a young age, we are taught that success means getting a good education, finding a stable job, and working hard to move up the ladder. The education system, which hasn't changed much since the Industrial Revolution, was designed to produce obedient workers, not financially independent individuals. Back then, society needed people to fill factory jobs, so schools were set up to teach students how to follow orders, adhere to schedules, and perform routine tasks. But times have changed. We no longer live in the age of factory work. We live in the age of information, technology, and entrepreneurship. Yet our school system hasn't caught up. It's still preparing us for jobs that may not even exist in a few years. This is why so many of us find ourselves stuck in the rat race, working hard but not building true wealth. We're following a playbook designed for a different era. The good news? It's never too late to learn the lessons that will set you free. Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 most critical lessons about money that school failed to teach us. These are the lessons that can help you escape the rat race and take control of your financial future. Ready? Let's dive in. Lesson 1: The power of passive income. The first thing school never taught us is the concept of passive income. Passive income is money earned with little or no effort after the initial setup. It's the ultimate key to financial independence, but most of us were only taught how to make an active income. That's the money you earn from your job, trading your time for a paycheck. If you stop working, that money stops coming in. But passive income works differently. It's money that flows in whether you're working, sleeping, or traveling. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. It's a very achievable reality for many people today, but it's not something we're taught in school. Let me give you an example. Imagine you own a rental property. Once you've made the initial investment and set it up, tenants pay you rent every month. That's passive income. You're not working every hour of every day for that money, it's coming in on its own. Now, imagine you own several properties, or you have investments in stocks that pay dividends, or you've created an online business that runs with minimal supervision. Suddenly, you've created multiple streams of passive income that can support you without the constant grind of a 9-to-5 job. This concept is critical because it challenges the age-old idea that time is money. No, time is infinitely more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. The goal of passive income is to free up your time so you can live life on your terms. Now, let's look at some ways you can build passive income. Number 1. Real estate investments. Real estate has long been a favorite avenue for generating passive income. According to Forbes, real estate is one of the most reliable ways to build long-term wealth, with many millionaires citing it as their primary source of income. Investing in rental properties, commercial real estate, or even real estate investment trusts, REITs, can provide steady income streams. The key is to do your research, find properties that will appreciate in value, and manage them wisely. We have a ton of videos about real estate investment here on Fahtel Growth Tips channel. Check on the channel or in the description of this video. Number 2. Dividend stocks. Another great option for passive income is investing in dividend-paying stocks. When you invest in these stocks, you're essentially buying a piece of a company that pays you a portion of its profits in the form of dividends. Companies like Apple and Coca-Cola, for example, have long histories of paying dividends to their shareholders. The beauty of dividend investing is that your money grows while you sleep. The more you invest, the higher your potential returns. And thanks to compound interest, your wealth can grow exponentially over time. Compound interest, as Einstein once said, is the eighth wonder of the world. If you want to build wealth, understanding and leveraging compound interest is crucial. Number 3. Creating digital products. In today's digital world, one of the best ways to create passive income is by building digital products. Ebooks, online courses, software, and even YouTube channels can generate income long after the initial effort has been put in. Once the product is created and marketed, it can continue to sell without much ongoing work. Take YouTuber Graham Stephan, for example. He started creating finance-related content on YouTube and has now built a business generating passive income from ads, sponsorships, and digital products. His YouTube channel alone earns him 6 figures annually, and it's growing every day. Lesson 2. The importance of financial education. The second lesson school failed to teach us is the importance of financial education. Knowing how to manage your money is just as important as knowing how to earn it, if not more so. Yet, many of us were never taught the basics of budgeting, saving, investing, or even understanding how taxes work. Think back to your school days. How much time did you spend learning algebra, geometry, and chemistry? Now, compare that to how much time you spent learning about taxes, loans, or investments. If you're like most people, the answer is probably 0. However, understanding these topics is crucial to building wealth and achieving financial independence. You can earn a high salary, but if you don't know how to manage that money, you'll always be at risk of financial stress. Without proper financial education, many people fall into common traps: overspending, credit card debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and never get ahead. Now that we've established the importance of financial education, let's dive deeper into some key areas that can have a profound impact on your financial future. These are the foundational tools that will not only help you manage your money more effectively, but also set you on the path toward financial independence. 1. Budgeting and saving. Let's start with the basics: budgeting. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It tells you where your money should go, so you don't spend more than you earn. Yet, many people don't follow a budget, and as a result, they often wonder where their money went at the end of the month. Saving is the next critical step. Whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for retirement, or putting money aside for investments, having a savings plan is vital to financial security. NerdWallet recommends that you should aim to save at least 20% of your income each month, but even saving a smaller percentage is better than nothing. 2. Understanding taxes. Taxes are another area where many of us are left in the dark. Understanding how taxes work is crucial to maximizing your earnings and keeping more of your hard-earned money. Unfortunately, this topic is often brushed over in school, leaving most people to figure it out on their own later in life, usually by trial and error. Here's a fact: taxes can either be your greatest enemy or your greatest tool for building wealth. The wealthy understand how to use tax laws to their advantage, and that's one of the reasons they continue to accumulate more wealth. This isn't about tax evasion, it's about tax strategy. For example, the U.S. tax code has various incentives and deductions for business owners, real estate investors, and even freelancers. If you own a business, you can write off many expenses, reducing your taxable income. Similarly, if you invest in real estate, you can often deduct property depreciation, which lowers your tax bill even if the property is appreciating in value. Warren Buffett, one of the world's wealthiest individuals, famously mentioned that he pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. This is not because of some loophole, but because he earns most of his income through investments, which are taxed at a lower rate than regular wages. Understanding these nuances can make a massive difference in how much of your income you get to keep. 3. Investing wisely. Investing is another area where a lack of education can hold you back. Most people think of investing as something that's either too complicated or too risky. But the truth is, investing is one of the best ways to grow your wealth over time, and it's something anyone can learn to do. In school, we're taught to play it safe. Get a stable job, save your money in a bank, and avoid taking risks. But here's the reality, saving money alone will not make you wealthy. In fact, with inflation, the money sitting in your savings account is actually losing value over time. What you need is to make your money work for you, and that's where investing comes in. Let's break it down. Stocks are one of the most accessible ways to start investing. When you buy a stock, you're buying a share in a company. As that company grows, so does the value of your shares. Over time, stocks tend to outperform other types of investments like bonds or savings accounts. Historically, the average annual return on stocks has been around 7 to 8% when adjusted for inflation. Compare that to the average interest rate of a savings account, which is often less than 1%, and you can see why investing is key to building wealth. Then there's real estate investing, which, as mentioned earlier, can provide both passive income and long-term appreciation. It's one of the most proven paths to financial independence. But even beyond owning properties, there are other ways to invest in real estate, such as through real estate investment trusts, REITs, which allow you to invest in large real estate portfolios without actually buying a property. Lastly, there's the world of index funds, which are a fantastic option for beginner investors. An index fund is a type of mutual fund that tracks a specific market index, like the S&P 500. The beauty of index funds is that they provide instant diversification, meaning you're spreading your money across many different companies, which reduces risk. Warren Buffett himself has recommended that most people invest in low-cost index funds because they offer solid returns with minimal effort. 4. Compounding and long-term thinking. Compounding is often called the most powerful force in investing. It's the process by which your money grows exponentially over time because you're earning returns not only on your initial investment but also on the returns you've already earned. Here's a simple example. If you invest $1,000 and earn a 10% return, you'll have $1,100 at the end of the first year. In the second year, you'll earn 10% not on $1,000, but on $1,100, giving you $1,210. Over time, the effect becomes more and more pronounced. This is why the earlier you start investing, the better. Let me give you a real-life example. Sarah, a 25-year-old, starts investing $200 a month in an index fund that averages a 7% return. By the time she's 65, she'll have over $500,000, even though she only invested $96,000 of her own money. This is the power of compound interest at work. Now compare Sarah to John, who waits until he's 35 to start investing the same $200 a month. By the time he's 65, he'll only have around $245,000, less than half of what Sarah has, even though he invested for just 10 fewer years. The lesson? Start early, and let compounding work its magic. Lesson 3, Good Debt versus Bad Debt. Debt is another area where most of us were left in the dark. We were taught that all debt is bad and that we should avoid it at all costs. But that's not entirely true. The reality is that not all debt is created equal. There's good debt and bad debt, and knowing the difference is crucial to building wealth. 1. Understanding bad debt. Bad debt is what most of us are familiar with. It's debt that doesn't provide any long-term financial benefit. This includes things like credit card debt, car loans, or high-interest personal loans. Bad debt can be a financial trap because it often comes with high interest rates and doesn't help you build wealth. For example, if you buy a car with a loan, that car will likely lose value over time, also known as depreciation, and you'll still be paying interest on the loan. This is a classic example of bad debt. It's not adding any value to your life, it's just draining your financial resources. 2. Leveraging good debt. Good debt, on the other hand, is debt that you take on to invest in something that will appreciate in value or generate income. This could be a mortgage on a rental property, a business loan to expand your company, or even a student loan for education that will significantly increase your earning potential. Let's use real estate as an example. Say you take out a mortgage to buy a rental property. Over time, your tenants pay rent, which covers your mortgage payments and provides you with some extra income. Meanwhile, the value of the property is increasing. Eventually, you'll own the property outright, and it will continue generating income for you indefinitely. That's good debt at work, it's helping you build wealth. Another example is investing in your education or skills. If you take out a loan to learn a new skill or get a degree that will significantly boost your income potential, that's an investment in your future. As long as the return on that investment, increased income, is greater than the cost of the loan, you're using debt to your advantage. 3. Using debt wisely. The key to using debt wisely is to make sure that any debt you take on is an investment in something that will grow in value or provide ongoing income. Don't take on debt for things that will lose value or provide no long-term benefit. And always be mindful of the interest rates. The higher the interest, the harder it is to pay off the debt. Here's an example from the world of entrepreneurship. Many successful business owners use debt to grow their companies. They take out loans to invest in new products, hire more staff, or open new locations. As long as the revenue generated from these investments exceeds the cost of the debt, they're using good debt to build wealth. Now that we've covered the 3 major lessons, passive income, financial education, and the smart use of debt, let's talk about how you can apply these concepts to escape the rat race for good. Here are some actionable steps you can take right now. Number 1. Build a side income stream. One of the easiest ways to start escaping the rat race is to build a side income stream. Whether it's a small online business, freelancing, or investing in dividend-paying stocks, having an additional income stream will reduce your dependence on your 9-to-5 job and give you more financial freedom. Number 2. Invest in yourself. Invest in your education and skills. Whether it's learning how to invest, mastering a new craft, or taking a course on entrepreneurship, the best investment you can make is in yourself. The more valuable skills and knowledge you have, the more opportunities you'll create for yourself. Number 3. Start investing early. As we discussed earlier, the earlier you start investing, the more you'll benefit from compounding. Don't wait until you have a large sum of money to start. Even small, consistent investments can grow significantly over time. Number 4. Leverage good debt. Don't be afraid to use debt, but use it wisely. If you're going to take on debt, make sure it's for something that will provide long-term value, whether that's investing in real estate, growing a business, or improving your earning potential through education. In conclusion, escaping the rat race isn't about getting rich quickly or winning the lottery. It's about reprogramming your mindset around money, learning the power of passive income, embracing financial education, and understanding how to make strategic decisions about your finances. By taking control of your money, leveraging good debt, and consistently investing in both yourself and income-generating assets, you can break free from the endless cycle of working just to get by. Instead, you'll pave the way for financial independence, where money works for you, and you're free to live life on your own terms.